We're working out the kinks, but we are now finally live here in the green room. John Bartolo show, Las fucking Vegas. You know, it's very professional around here.
Thanks for saving me.
Everything, exactly. Everything is, nothing ever goes wrong. It's perfect. But yeah.
So I wanted to thank Ryan from Outpost for coming in. But listen, guys, we're working out the kinks with the JBS show in the green room. We'll probably have to edit this a little bit, but I appreciate all you guys stopping in. We had an excellent episode with Ryan the other day. I want to thank him for coming in again. Had an awesome time chatting with him. There's going to be a whole slew of things we want to talk about inside the green room, starting with none other than the Demi Lovato Froyo incident. I think it's important to start on a lighthearted topic. Ryan has not been briefed.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You said Demi Lovato Froyo, and I'm like, listen, I've seen her recent transformations. I think that maybe some low-fat Froyo would be good for her, but I don't know exactly what this story's all about.
So recently, Demi Lovato had the opportunity to go to a place called the Bigg Chill, apparently in the LA area. That's a Froyo place. I'm not a big Froyo guy, so excuse me to all the Froyo experts that pay attention to this, but this is a great example of what we talked about yesterday of woke cancel culture, celebrity, entitled to X, whatever, insert. Apparently she goes in this place and she gets triggered, her words exactly, by seeing some cookies that happen to have, I guess it was packaging that said guiltless cookies or guilt-free cookies, and proceeds to have a meltdown and walks out of the Froyo place and proceeds to bash them online. This is a great example of what we talked about yesterday and everything in the podcast. But Demi Lovato has a meltdown over guiltless cookies because she doesn't need to be told that they're guiltless cookies.
My God, the people that worry about shit like that, these people that are that entitled, that have literally everything in the world, and that's the stuff they decide to get upset about, guilt-free cookies. Listen, everybody, I don't know how you feel about this. We talked about this all yesterday. The entire kind of body positivity movement. And the idea that no one should ever feel the need to improve themselves. No one should ever feel like, oh, I need to get in better shape. That is fucking cancerous, man. That is absolutely cancerous. And that kind of reminds me of that, like, you shouldn't be telling me I need to feel guilty for shoving my face full of cookies and ice cream and chips. Yeah, it doesn't mean you can't, but, I mean, we gotta be real,
well,
right?
I think, the bigger issue at stake beyond that is this is a small business. Small business have been struggling just to get by, and I always talk about small businesses being even your local FFL dealer or your local ice cream shop. This is literally your local lemonade stand.
God.
Struggling to get by during COVID, trying to figure it out. And this celebrity comes in and says basically, and says this online, been a back and forth with them, don't fuck with me, like, I'm all powerful. And this is part of the reason why Demi Lovato should not be praised, should not be put on a pedestal. This is why giving celebrities these platforms and what I always talk about on my show, false gods, creating these false gods and, adhering to every little thing that comes out of their mouth, like, this person's bad, and because I have 1 million followers and I say they're bad, they're bad. I mean, this is a local small business. This should definitely be a red flag to a lot of people. Demi Lovato, at the end of the day, I don't know what you are now. You're bisexual today, you're asexual tomorrow.
Whatever gets more attention.
Whatever gets more attention, and you have a hair across your ass. At the end of the day, if you're feeling fat and you're feeling guilty, then don't go into a fucking frozen yogurt stand. I know Jeremy from The Quartering issued, a really nice edict. He said, I'll pay for up to $1,000 worth of Froyo if somebody sends me the receipt, if people go there. Awesome. I will actually issue the same option if you decide to go to the Bigg Chill in California and you decide to get a Froyo. Whether you DM me, message me, show me a receipt, I will reimburse up to at least, how about this? I'll match Jeremy's. I'll match it, $1,000.
Damn.
Up to $1,000 in Froyo. How about that? So anybody who goes to the Bigg Chill, if you just send me a receipt, and listen, don't overlap it and don't be a cunt and overlap it.
Don't be a Demi Lovato about it, okay? But go get yourself.
But if you go and you get some and you listen to this or share this out, I have to cap it because people will basically be like free Froyo for life, but free Froyo. So send me the receipt and I'll PayPal you over, no questions asked. One per person, like Jeremy said. Don't go in and get 20 of them, but I'll match it. So that's my take on my hot take on the Demi Lovato thing. So maybe we'll go back and we'll title this "Free Froyo" or something.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about the whole false gods thing. Just because someone can throw a football well or because they can sing well, it doesn't mean that you should listen to them in any other aspect of life. So
Amen.
That happens way too often.
So we had an awesome show yesterday. Let's transition topics because my brain overwhelmed with that whole Froyo deal. Let's transition topics. We had an awesome show yesterday, but during that show, towards the end of the show, we got some news that the Chauvin trial had wrapped up and the jurors had made their decision and they decided guilty. I don't think any of us were really blown away by that. I don't think it was shocking. We expected some level of guilt to be levied down. I didn't expect first degree murder. I wasn't kind of there mentally to wrap my head around that, but that's what came down. That was the decision. I do ultimately, as I said on the show yesterday, and to everybody listening, anybody who knows this, and I have to say this, once you take somebody into custody, you own the soul. And at the end of the day, Derek Chauvin owns that soul. And he's going to pay a very dear price for it. And as I said yesterday, and I stand by it, his life was ruined probably going into the trial, and now obviously 2 lives are gonna be very different now in one family, 1 life and 1 family for now for sure. So it's a very difficult situation across the board. I hope and pray that the country gets past this and we're able to get past this, but the virtue signaling, the racism, the Al Sharpton showing up in the private jets, they're going to milk this for everything that they can.
It's even going on today. I don't know if you saw that footage of a young black woman got shot and killed while holding a knife. She was about to stab someone else, and now they're getting, why'd you shoot him? Why'd you shoot her 4 times? It's like it's never going to end. It will never end with this stuff. When it comes to Chauvin, I think we talked about it on the show. Our predictions were pretty dog shit, evidently, but we were expecting a hung jury or guilty for manslaughter. And I think we have not heard the last of this trial. The judge himself even said after Maxine Waters and all these other politicians were getting involved and basically saying burn this bitch to the ground if we don't get what we want. The judge even said, well, I mean, you have pretty good grounds for an appeal right there. And I think that's exactly what we're going to see. And it was a big mistake to have this trial there in that city with the situation in Minneapolis. It's an unfortunate situation for all parties involved.
Yeah, and I think, again, I'm not a legal scholar, I'm not a legal expert, but I think what Maxine Waters did was incredibly unfortunate in many, 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 many ways. I think her virtue signaling, her identity politics, the bottom line is, in my estimation, the Maxine Waters and the Nancy Pelosi's need to go. This idea that they're going to dictate from the pulpit and they're going to say and do whatever they want, it is no different than what they accused Donald Trump of. It is no different than what they've accused other people of. They just don't like it when somebody else does it, or they don't like it when something else is said that's contrary to what their opinion will be. I think what she did was incredibly dangerous because of the timing of it, and I think the timing of it is what could come back and bite this trial in the ass if they appeal and if they go down that road. Now, all an appeal issues is that we might have to go back through the same process all over again, and I don't know if that helps anybody given the verdict. That's the only thing, Ryan. I think that given the verdict, it's going to be very hard you might get it thrown out, and then you have to rehash the whole thing again.
I think that's what we're going to see. I think there's a lot of people who wanted to think, well, at least we could have this and now be past it. I don't think it's going to happen. I think this is going to hang over for a while. I think that
I agree.
Because listen, this is a business now. Like, this is a business. You talked about these guys coming in their private jets. We talked about the Black Lives Matter founder.
No price is wasted.
Buy large mansions, So it is a business now. This form of
manufactured
racial divisions. So it will continue on. I think it's only going to get worse before it gets better, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's terribly unfortunate. And like I said, multiple families, lives changed, a lot of different, moving factors. And my heart goes out to Minnesota, to the people of Minnesota, because I hope that city doesn't burn to the ground in the midst of all this, and depending on what comes out. But I think if the Maxine Waters thing fleshes out, they have no one to blame but Maxine. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. So transitioning to another topic, we had a great show yesterday. Ryan and I, we talked about a whole slew of things. One of which that was near and dear to my heart was thanking all you guys, everybody that tunes in and everybody that supports the show and everybody that hits like and subscribe, whether it's on my show, his show, anything with Geeks and Gamers. I'm really excited to have you and really excited to have your engagement, your questions, everything. I'm going to do my best to answer those to the utmost. Ryan's been educating me a lot on your audience, and I hope that I'm able to live up to the expectation of all you guys and deliver the goods. And I'm supporting, welcome to the rebellion today, and I'll be supporting you guys as much as I can. So any questions that you have or anything that you leave down below, I'll be more than happy to answer in some of these sessions, and maybe in the future with Ryan if he comes back out, which will be really good, and we'll be able to spend time together. But he's leaving with no less than a slew of prizes because we love having guests in, and I'm looking forward to having Drunk 3PO in too Sunday.
That's right. Yep, Jay's coming into town. It's going to be on Sunday, so that should be fun. It was awesome, and we talked about it briefly on the show when you reached out and you talked about how much crossover there could be. There really can be, and there's a lot of people that whether it's because they think we only talk about Star Wars or comics or whatever, that may not realize how much crossover there is. And you guys blew up the chat yesterday. I don't know. I'm sure there's people watching right now. I'm sure there's a decent amount of people. We can check.
We hope so. Yeah, we'll check. I mean, like I said, I'm here for you guys, and I'm here to answer any questions and help any way that I can. If we have good Q&A, I'm all for it, and I appreciate you guys. These in the green room sessions are a little different. I'm working with Ryan and going to be getting advice from him on how to do these a little bit better each time. We're working out the kinks. It's not perfect. I'm not perfect. We're using different software. It's a different set than over there. This is kind of behind the set, right? So in the green room, exactly as it sounds. So I want to give you guys the best that I can give in these sessions, and these are mini recaps of past episodes and looking forward. And then I'm looking forward to Drunk 3PO on Sunday. Before that, hopefully Thursday, we're going to have Eric Nixick and possibly Francis Ngannou, new heavyweight champion in the UFC. That's going to be exciting, but definitely Eric will be in here. It all depends on Francis's schedule and dialing that in. Eric was his corner man and trainer throughout the fight, so I'm looking forward to that. And if you guys coming in these sessions, I'm going to be paying close attention to your questions and everything else that comes along, but I'm going to be working on getting Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers in. That's going to happen, I can guarantee you.
Talks to a lot of different people, from UFC people to Second Amendment guys, to law enforcement guys, military vets, to other people that just talk about cancel culture and things like that. You're going to start to see a lot of familiar faces, I think, show up here, because who doesn't want to come out and hang out in Vegas in an awesome studio with getting some awesome stuff from sponsors. I'm going to be showing off all the shit you gave me on Twitter and everything. I cannot wait because it's incredible.
And I'm going to be doing a lot of giveaways. So to everybody watching, one of the things that's on the horizon is we're definitely going to be giving away ammo. We're going to be giving away a trip out here because I want you guys to participate. And if you're looking forward to potentially seeing what Ryan's seen out here, we have literally Disneyland in here, and it'll be a lot of fun. So I'm working on putting together a huge giveaway for everybody. So lots to discuss. I want to recap really quick. Free Froyo. If you go to the Bigg Chill, I don't even know where it is.
LA, probably.
So if you go to the Bigg Chill, I'm going to support up to $1,000. If you send me the receipts, send it over DM. I guess over DM is probably the best way to do it, right on Instagram. My @ is @ John_Bartolo, @ John_Bartolo_show, which are pretty easy to find. If you find them there, send them to me. Don't double up. I know Jeremy made the same offer at the quartering. Don't double up. I'll match it. Don't one per customer. So we have to kind of create a little buffer. But
listen, it's not like you're getting a car. You're getting frozen yogurt. It's not that good anyway. So just get your one, get reimbursed, and support a good business.
And I'm okay with you sharing this, and I'm sure Ryan and I, after we'll back end, we'll title this and we'll have a little fun with it. But I appreciate all you guys. Appreciate Ryan coming out. Hopefully this isn't the last time. I know it won't be.
No.
We'll get him back out here and we'll do more of this. Again, apologize for the beginning of the stream. I want to thank all the sponsors, and please, guys, if you can, Sunday, Drunk 3PO, Thursday, Eric Nixick from Extreme Couture and potentially Francis Ngannou. Tune in, support the show, like and subscribe, more shares, everything that you can do is greatly appreciated, and I appreciate all you guys out there. Good?